Welcome in, everyone, and to another to another awkward family gathering with your host, this mess of a person. Hope you're all doing well today. Hope you are. Man, this is gonna be a long day if I'm gonna start out like this. Uh, Hope you're all doing well today. Hope you're all lurking, working, and twerking on this gorgeous Saturday. My name is Awkward Hero. I'm a variety streamer on the internet, here to entertain you. We actually have a double stream today. So we are streaming right now. We will be doing our normal stream playing Satisfactory today from 10 to 2, just like we do. And then we'll be back technically on Sunday, but at midnight we'll be back for the Team Stars Pride Raid Train today. And I'll be back for a couple hours there. So if you are someone who's like, hey, I like to stay up late at night, because no matter where you are, it's late at night. Do feel free to come on back and hang out with us tonight. And some of you who are on the East Coast, you might be like, that's not late at night. That's the start of my morning. Come on down anyway. We'll be enjoying the fun times of the late night and continuing Satisfactory. Yeah, that's what we're doing. So, as I spoke earlier, we are part of the Pride Raid Train, and we are raising money for the Trevor Project. Now, we did this, Awkward Wife and I did this earlier in the year for the Trans Rights Readathon back in March. We raised money. We ended up raising $200 some odd for the Trevor Project, which was really awesome. I am excited to do it again with Team Stars. So we are raising that money, and I decided, hey, let's bring back the readathon, because honestly, that was really, really fun. It was a really good time. I enjoyed it. I forgot how much, because both my kids read now, so I don't get to read that often with them. A little bit more with awkward axolotl. But I've got some fun ones. Instead, we're going to go with some superheroes. So we got the Avengers. We've got Star Wars. We also have some just funky guys like Pete the Cat. And then my favorite, if we can meet our goal, I will read you guys Gaston, which is just a fun little dog. He's a fun little dog, and you'll get to learn all about him. And the reason why, if you don't know what Gaston is, well, let's raise $100 so you guys can find out. Because this, my friends, is about being different and being okay with that. So we have some fun stories. We have some fun stories planned out. For every $20 we raise, we will go ahead and get that out there. But you know what? I'm all about someone who loves to celebrate even $1. Even $1 makes a difference. What you guys may not know or understand is that the Trevor Project does more than just advocation. The Trevor Project also provides resources. In fact, on the back of every ID card in, I think, every school across the nation, there is a law that requires them to provide them information for the suicide prevention hotline. And that is managed by the Trevor Project. And unfortunately, due to recent legislation, that is about to be defunded. And so, in addition to, you guys will see a petition come up on my chat throughout stream today and tonight. And all the rest until I think it's like, oh, it was so long it was so long it had to make it 2 messages. That's funny. I'll have to shorten that up. But the 988 resource will be going away in July, and so there's a petition to to help with this. It's the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline. It is likely that it was targeted because the Trevor Project focuses on the LGBTQIA plus community, but it's not only the LGBTQIA plus community. And that's the problem. That's the problem with a lot of things. And honestly, this one makes me angry. This makes me so angry as someone who has helped students work through them wanting to end their important existence. It makes me angry that we're defunding such an important resource at a time when mental health is at such a critical point. It doesn't matter how you feel about the LGBTQIA plus community. Honestly, I get it. I don't get it, but I'm going to pretend I get it. They're people and they're important. And any life, it doesn't matter whose, that is lost is a problem. And we need to do better as a society of taking care of each other. And that is what this resource does. The 988 resource has been such a helpful tool, not just for those who are suffering, but for those who want to help their friends. Everyone who's here probably remembers what it's like being a teenager. And while we can't understand necessarily what it's like to be a teenager today, we know what it's like to be a teenager. We know what it's like to have friends who have big feelings. And we know what it's like to want to help them. And this current administration wants to defund that. It's already bad enough that we have guns in the schools. It's already bad enough that these students have to live in constant fear. They need whatever resources we can get, and that's what the Trevor Project does. And so I probably should say I don't like to be political, but we're at a crisis point now. We're at a crisis point now. Existence is political. And so defunding something because it has the term LGBTQIA plus in its mission is despicable. Suicide prevention and crisis is an important aspect at any age. We need to do better. So this is me telling everyone that if you can, call your representatives and tell them to fund this. We have a whole slew of things that there can be nuances to. But suicide prevention and crisis awareness is not one of those things. This is not a partisan thing. Schools are not a partisan thing. Comprehensive gun control is not a partisan thing. We can be nuanced in how we approach it. we cannot be nuanced we cannot have a differing opinion that it needs to be done. So that's my 2 cents on that. Take it for what you will. But if you can, please sign the petition to help get resources to the Trevor Project's suicide prevention awareness and crisis hotline. If you can, donate to the Trevor Project so we can give them funds to help them as they're being defunded. And more importantly, let's have a good time. Alrighty. So we're going to hop into the game. Sorry guys, that got real serious, but this is, if you don't know, maybe you've never been here. I lost a student my first year teaching to suicide. And I've been in lockdowns. Real lockdowns, not drills. And so those are just some of the things that as an educator I've experienced. And if I had experienced that alongside all the other things you do as a teenager, I just couldn't imagine. So, well, I'm facing the wrong way. All right, so I got bored. During the Pride Raid train, I'm doing what's called train sitting. I'm just sitting and watching the stream and providing information. So I played a little bit yesterday. Actually, I need stuff. So I was playing a little bit yesterday, doing that, and so I've started to run into an issue where our power, specifically our power, is kind of insufficient at times. So I've been working to make it more efficient, because I'm efficient hero, very satisfactory. Our water flow, because our water wasn't flowing great. So we fixed our factories over here. They were more this way. Now we've kind of moved them this way to kind of make the water flow better. So instead, it used to be each water pump, we had 2 water pumps way back, okay, and they were on one pipe, and they were pumping there. Well, the problem with that is they were both pumping out, and the water wasn't efficiently flowing. So now we've got them kind of maintaining in 100-ish. We put in a buffer, so that way when the water starts slowing down a bit, it will reflow. Which we're having a little struggle here. It's maintaining, but it's not really increasing, which is fine. It has enough for when we are lacking it, but as you can see, the drain is a little high, but it's keeping it right about the same. It's not. So yeah, that's gonna let it. That'll, if we let that go for a little bit, that should let it fill up. And give us more of a buffer, which is good. We've also been working on emptying this. So every time I've been at the base and destroyed something that had stuff in it, or destroyed stuff when I had a full inventory. It's been putting it in here. So this is a lot. So we made this more efficient and provided more of a buffer to it all. So that way, as things went on, we also upped the power output by having power shuttles, so that now each one is running at 20%. So instead of producing 75 or 50 megawatts, which is a lot, not really, but a lot, what we're currently working on is running pipe from another water source, which actually, once it's going, we can add 5 or 6 more water pumps. And then so each one of these will also get that. Eventually, I need to upgrade this to be better. It's not great right now, but I did unlock recently the industrial storage. So these hold more, but they also allow for dual input, dual output. So not only will it hold more, but it will also output to multiple sources. Because one of the things that gets problematic here is these things get in the way and it gets really messy really quickly. So I want to upgrade our coal storage to kind of do that. And what I'm going to do instead of doing it like this where it gets stored in the middle here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to move storage down there. Sorry. Need to get some drink. Throat was clogging up a little bit there. So we're gonna move storage down there, and it's going to elevator all the way up, and then it's going to come down here on this surface, and then each one of these will have its own storage container. But we're going to dual output the lower storage, so that way as we continue to expand, we can kind of move things around as we need. So like right now, this coal on this line is going to make steel, and then this coal is going to run our factories. So it's going to be a modification. It's just kind of getting it to work right now. In fact, we could start making that slight modification now, but the problem is I have so much coal storage right here that I'm trying to get that out first. In addition to that, we started running the water pump lines, and that's why I'm back, is that I ran out of copper. So that's what I'm here to get, is more copper. So we need to specifically grab more copper. We have a whole copper storage thing that I've been kind of out doing. We have found some more copper mines too, so we might start running smelters to deal with that. One of the issues right now is this individual input as well, because basically so we've been kind of just upgrading the factory has been the focus as of one of our issues has been just everything backs up. So it's kind of time to just make upgrades. And run the line more efficiently. So like right now, we have all this ore that stores here. And so probably upgrading this. Upgrading this to a Mark II would be really helpful. Honestly, industrial storage, because then we could split it in as well. But yeah, basically we need to. I need to increase how many here, but our storage is just been kind of nice. So we need to kind of fix it all up. We just need to fix it all up. This game is about unlocking, and as we've unlocked, we need to upgrade. And that's what we have to do. Because everything's kind of working. So why mess with something that's been kind of the issue? In addition to that, we've been building out our... Now that we have the tractor that we got at the end of the last stream, I turned off that reactor. I forgot to turn it back on. Luckily, it's not a guarantee turn off. It's just a turn off. So yeah, we really need to efficient this up. Build that. And however, run over here. We have some rods in production. This is so I had to adjust in order to fix the piping. I had to adjust all the pull lines, and that became problematic. Became a little bit of an issue. But all of it got stored in here. I never put it back. So that's a lot of pull to move. Look at that. It's just. Fill up this bottom rung, and then I also go over to the generator. Just load it up with bolt. All done. That'll allow them to pull it back up. It looks like it's kind of... We could upgrade the lines too to 3. So that's where we're at right now. Because, you know, that's how these games work. I do love this guy. All right. I do have the steel to do it, so let's go ahead. Go ahead and build a crafting bench over here. Grab a little bit of coal. Gosh. And a little more steel. Not much. Hi, Aquid Wife. How are you? The one that's under my computer? Or are you looking for the games inside the case? Yeah, I pulled out the games because I needed the case to elevate the PC. So I could buy some wood and come up with a solution. Love you. Hey, there's a box there. I've made a real maze? Okay. That's how all miracles should go. Okay. So we're gonna upgrade specifically we'll have to play around with it a bit. I also probably need to slow down production up on this hill. It's the only thing really at this point that needs to be made. I also continuing to do the automated wiring. your very name will be. Any of those. Might be worthwhile. I'll just go through the sink out of even the sink as well. Get things unlock other stuff, because that's kind of part of the game, is as you're going, you need tickets to unlock some stuff. So I created what I call the scene storage system. And I just go ahead and I put whatever I want to throw away in it. Don't need either of them. And so then it'll come over here. And the funniest part for me is every minute this graph updates. So as you can see, it's pretty consistent. Pretty consistent, it's just that. But then when I go and I put something new in, it feeds in a lot more. So as you can see, the more elaborate things get you more elaborate things. So it's helping me increase that way at least. And so I should actually have a ticket by now. Everyone is in it. So you can see each one of those is about 500. Go spend this in the store. So, and I just constantly feed it iron bars. So they aren't worth a lot, so it's not like a huge contribution. But as you can see, I have a surplus of iron. So that's been just kind of a fun thing. Is I'll just go throw stuff in there and then I had to rearrange everything because I needed to build more platforms. We need concrete for our project that we're working on. But I'm going to, I started building the project on the other end, and then I realized that that probably wasn't the most efficient way. We've got our concrete, and we're going to run over here. And so we built a little ramp downwards to go to the ground. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to build a little pathway up, because we have to go basically where this dismantle crate is. That's where we're headed, and so I want to make sure it's aligned to the grid system of everything else that's there. And so to do that, we need to obviously go about and make sure things are good. So that's just one of the things we're gonna work on today is building the components to get there. So, and thank you all for who are joining me today. I really appreciate it. For those who don't know, my name is advgg. I'm a variety streamer on the internet, raising money for the Trevor Project today. The goal is to raise $100 so we can make a difference for the LGBTQIA+ community, as well as help with funding the suicide awareness one of the many projects that the Trevor Project helps maintain. Recently, they were, well, in July, they were funded by the federal government for that particular piece. So I am advocating that everyone reach out to their representatives or sign the petition that comes up on chat as we go. I actually don't know how tall I'm just kind of going up. I think we'll clear everything. So that should be good. Basically, we're making a pathway for our pipe. Trying to see what I did on the other side. We've got plenty of concrete, plenty of iron sheets that should have no problem finishing the platform. Not having other sheets that finish the pipe. We need a lot. And I don't have that automated, unfortunately. Right over. I don't know what I went higher on. I think I have to go higher. So we have 3 pipelines that we're doing them in a stackable sense. So that way, as we stack, they will be constantly only taking a little bit of space. Because they're individual, which I'm learning, they're going to ensure that we get the most efficient water. Because apparently if you go in and you take if you take the if you go in and you merge them together, it actually doesn't make it as efficient, which is kind of strange. But also, like, So yeah, so that platform right there is what we were at. So we're still not high enough to clear the terrain. So I'm gonna go slightly. So we gotta increase just a bit more so we can match height. Some of the piping has already been made. Can't really deviate too much. Why are you there? Well, I need the coal. So either way, I'm gonna have to like bring the two resources together. Oh, we got another slug there. We got one, I think, over here. Still have yet to find those flowers. Start working in a diagonal. Unfortunately, takes more. Do 3x3. We'll add some. We have ability to stop it. About me falling off which eventually we'd have to because that's where all not the end of the world. And you can fortunately do it from pretty far away. Gives you back all your resources, which is good. You've used used up enough that it's not gonna like impact us too much, or get sent to create a dismantle crate or something. So it's going fairly quickly. It takes about as long to construct them as it does to deconstruct them. We will have to eventually go to the ground and cut up the trees and stuff, because they're not in the way, but they're in the way. Right now I can't really see what I'm doing. I don't have anything. That's one thing I like about this game, though. Yes, it is your survival craft that you deal with, like in Minecraft or pretty much any other game, but it does come with a little bit more of a story. I mean, Minecraft added a story much later on, but so you can kind of see the piping where it's at right now. Come on. I could go about and just build this foundation and then delete it all, but I feel like that gets more cumbersome later on. And that's why I had so much wood and grass in my inventory as I started removing all the trees to make it clearer. There. So let's and the reason why I have to make it so wide is that piping. So if I don't make it wide enough, then I have nowhere for my vehicle. So you have to make it kind of shifting to the 6. Oh, 6, that's Look at that. Nice clean ramp. Pay paradise and put up a parking lot. That's all this game is. Someone heard that song and was like, hey, let's make a game about that. And then add a sassy computer. Because that's kind of the best part about this game. Speaking of other games, I've heard of the game Date Everything, and I had never actually seen it until this week. And I know people were playing it, but I just, because of the move and all, I just haven't had to watch gameplay, and I was like, oh, it's another dating sim, I'll pass. But I was watching, let's see, I watched Padbay on, I think it was Saturday, and then yesterday, 2 of the Team Star members, while I was what's called train sitting, watching the raid train, and just giving people updates who maybe can't because they're at work. I'm on summer break, so I'm working, but I'm not working. So I'm working at my desk. I'm working on a few video projects right now. And tutoring a student in graphic design and media. So I have some downtime at my computer when I'm not with kids in the wild. So I was watching it yesterday, and that game is unhinged and really funny, and I'm kind of embarrassed to admit this, but I'm really contemplating buying it because it was cracking me up. Tons the personalities of the characters. It was really, it wasn't what I was expecting. And so I was like, okay, who am I if I'm enjoying this? I mean, I like simulators, but I didn't like dating IRL, so I've never really cared for dating sims. And Padme, love her to death, she loves playing different sim games, dating sim games. So I've seen a couple, and it's like, okay, I get it. It's just like, but that's, you know, that's just me. That's just who I am. And it's not a bad thing. It's not an anything really. And no shade to anyone who does enjoy those games. It's just not my tea. It's not my cup of tea. But after watching that gameplay, I am seriously considering it just because of the humor. What I got from it, because both people who were playing it, and I missed the top of Padbay stream, so I didn't see like the beginning storyline part. So when I get, there's this machine that you got a hold of that basically allows you to transform objects into people or something to that effect. And every character is an object in your house. So it was very entertaining to watch. Also very interesting which items were considered quote female and which ones were considered male. I'm sure there are non-binary ones too. Just because that's not going to get you there. It's going to be very comprehensive. I don't know. I just really enjoyed watching it. So I'm sitting on that. I don't have any money to go buy anything, so I can't do it today. But it was just like, huh. That's a game I didn't think I would enjoy. Alright, there we go. Getting it on the right grid system. As we do here with Efficiency Hero. That's who I am in these cases. This neck of the woods. There's a blue slug right there. Now we're at the point where the pipe is, so we will need to adjust things. But at least now I have a straight path to all this. Whereas recently I had been kind of having to go through all these different pathways. And it's a pretty straightforward path, but now it's easier to find as well. Alright, so we're gonna get this as close as we can right now. But I've noticed since the 1.1 update that you can now do a lot more efficient upgrading, which is rest of them, because the pipes run all the way, I'll do the technique I've been doing. But I really love these stackable, and I found out yesterday that you can stack, so it's stackable, but you can also stack the conveyor poles on top of it. So you could alternate and basically have everything running in the same line, which is kind of cool. Alright, let's... Oh, we're out of sheets. Okay. That's fine. So we got that there, and we'll probably go do some... and probably put down some more pipes as we go back to get the rest of our supplies, but let's keep going. Thought about saving some money slowly. Unless streaming just starts taking off all of a sudden. Saving some money. Creativity is your only limitation. It's not a bad thing. But I think you would benefit. I think you would benefit from a game like this where you still have creativity, but you don't have restrictions too. Limitations. Even in survival, you do have some limitations, but not many. Alright, we're gonna put down the stackables. Just a slight change to the original pathing. Stackables done. Now I'm thinking about it. Kind of silly to run the pipe. Okay. And then move the next set of stackables, and then rerun the pipes. Just try not to spend the resources in other things. That's what I've done a few times. Like I'll deconstruct something, and then I'll realize, oh no, I just spent those resources. I can't rebuild it now. kind of interesting that way. Also, I found out when you're on the tractor, enemies don't attack you and they can't hurt you. So I've been kind of using that to my advantage. But you can also hurt the enemies, which is cool. So I can, the low-level enemies, I can just run over them. And I'm sure as I upgrade, because I think I'm working on logistics right now. I can upgrade to a locomotive. And I'm sure the locomotive hurts higher tier enemies. Almost there. We didn't run this pipe too long, fortunately. Keep pulling it just a second too early. Which in some cases is a lot better. Hey-oh! Never mind. I still need to reinstall voice mod. Oh well. Here we are. I feel like that guy from Police Academy who just makes all his own sound effects. Which, you know, if only I'm that cool. Alright, we got this going. Let's go ahead and finish removing the platforming. Once we finish the platforming, I'm going to start to run the cabling. Because we did encounter a new thing. I don't know if I did this on the stream or not, but I found one of those things that holds the hard drives and stuff. But it requires 60 megawatts in order to open. So now I have to run electricity. Which is another reason why I was gonna improve the electrical grid anyway. See, it's all connected. All right. Upper ramp, it's usually fine. That's just something I've noticed. Really, I mean, I'm having a hard time walking down this thing. I want to be able to take a trailer with it. Here anyway. We're here anyway, redoing this. So I didn't need to delete that one actually. That wasn't one I needed to delete. We already deleted it, so. Here we are. So instead of making it 3 stackable, we make it 4 stackable. And the pipes will run in the top 3. We were even talking about, you know, like I was just saying earlier, I can probably get more pipes involved. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pumps on them, but that's okay. Let's go ahead. We'll do the top. Gotta make sure they all. And that way, they're now out of my way. Time being, and if I choose to expand later, I very much can do so. I could if I would. But I can't, so I shan't. That's not right. Would if I could, but I can't. Discovered with the other chest that if I don't make it easy for me to get to it, it's not easy to get to, obviously. I'm just going to leave that platform alone. Electrical poles just floating in the air. the water with these platforms. It's kind of cool. Looks like it's resting on water smoothly. So go us. Next week we go back into Minecraft because we haven't completed the server at all. I don't know why. Just been being busy. Lots of fun stuff that I'd like to re-explore. See what I mean? Like, this body of water is huge, so we can probably get a few more of these piped out. Only unsureness right now is a little bit better placed, not just random. Okay, let's go production, water extracting. We can, as far as I know, I can place them like right next to each other. Oh, there's a platform down there. Clipping. What is clipping? It's not all feeding straight into the pipe. Don't have to have pipes going crazy, and we can fit more when we choose to expand. Alright, now we need logistics, stackable pipe. Piping for it. Pipe is too long. Maybe just where the pipe is. So you can go there. Go there. Now thinking about it. It's going to look kind of weird for two of them to go directly to it and not all of them. Alright. I also don't know, because height-wise, we might need a pump on that first one. continue the process. I haven't done it in a while. Top to-do list. I'm gonna do 7. Okay, that's high. 8. Put in 7. Let's see. Straight. Right about 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. I like with the conveyor belts, you have to. With the conveyor belts, it's kind of like if you're creating a new one, you have to make sure you're selecting the direction in which it's going. With the pipes, you don't have that problem, which is kind of nice. And I think I can extend this pipe all the way to there. I think I have too much. Get rid of all these. Get rid of these. So I'm going to try. I'm going to put it. I'm going to make it go like this. When I get to the one. So let's find out. Moment of truth. Is this gonna be long enough? Ah. We'll just add. I'm just gonna add support here. 4, 5, 6. Very nice. Just joining us today, welcome on in. My name is advgg. I'm a variety streamer on the internet in America's Aquardistan. See, I can make that claim because whoa. Alright, so we got all of that in play. We've got our 3 lines. We're going to fix our power, and then we're going to walk our power back all the way. Since we have to go all the way back anyway. It doesn't plug into. Oh, that's for the microphone bit. No, like it's. No. I don't know who's in the box. You didn't put yours in a box. But that doesn't plug into my microphone. It's a Bluetooth headset. That's why you're using mine. too, yeah. Yeah, it is. Oh, I believe it. With a high of 69 degrees. I love you. Bye. Alright. Run these. Cool. And basically, I'm going to run until it says, hey, you're too far away. Or... we don't have a lot of cable. Did I put it in here? Cable? Oh, I did. Oh, I came prepared. Oh, I don't have my... It's like, oh, I have a bunch of copper here, too. I can just make my copper piping. I didn't bring my vehicle. I could probably make a crafting bench, though. Sure can. Just make it so we can finish this copper piping project as we go. Alright. Don't need that much. But I will need all the copper. And it probably won't let me finish it because it's still... It takes 2 ingots, or 2... Is this ingots? Yeah, 2 ingots to make 1 sheet. But you know. Okay, if you say so. Wait. No, I'm for the copper sheets. Like, so this is the fun part. And you just watch it cycle. So we need the resource. How's it going, everyone? Two hours later. Like, I've found that it's more efficient to just go in and, like, make my materials when I want to do something specific. But also, if I automate it and then I let it just sit for a while, I have so much of an excess. Like, all the modular frames. It was such a pain for me to make modular frames. Because it's like 7 steps you gotta do. And then I automated it. And then I went and did other things. And then when I came back, now I have like hundreds of modular frames. And it's really nice. So this is part of why I need to just start making it more efficient. Like, I can easily make copper sheets. I have such an excess of copper. But I need to redo the whole line. And that takes a lot of time. So, you know. I'll do it. I even need to go finish. I was laughing because I forgot I started way back when I replayed this game. Or when I played this game the first time. I had found another iron mine. I'm like, oh, I don't want to have to run another elaborate thing, so I'm going to make an efficient iron farm here, and then I'll have it store it. Well, I didn't finish it, and so like I have the mining done really well and the smelting done really well, but I don't have the storage part done really well. So it's just sometimes like that. Like you make plans and then you like forget about them. All right, so now we can go over here. As we're running back, as we're running back, we'll go ahead and place our power lines as far as we can. No, these power lines will probably could go. We'll see. Hero. Here. And we'll hit 8. Running 3 pipelines is a lot. That's a lot of resources. I'm going to rotate it so it kind of... 4, 5, 6. Beautiful. Six are run, or once these 3 are run, the other 3, well, 2. I'm gonna leave the bottom one blank until I forget, and then don't. No, we didn't run cable. Ooh, there's no battery to the pump, so there's no water flow. There's no water. I am anticipating, we really haven't gone that far up, but I'm anticipating needing pumps here. So, and probably in the future too. So I'm thinking this segment's gonna need a pump. Minimally. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna install those as well. What? That's not good. The good news is we do have those water things, so even though I'm far away, the water storage will at least let us get started. That was a problem I ran into at the end of stream. The fuse kept getting blown. Figure out why. Well, it was because I wasn't getting enough water to the, which I have a feeling this time it's not cold. But because we built in those water storage pieces, now, see, and I was originally going to have it go to the pump over there and just stack them all on top, which I guess I could still do. This could just be the driveway. It'd be so much better. Such a long run. There's my tractor. With its headlights on. I would drive it over to where the power source is, but oh wait, I'm just there. Straight it on. Traction back going. Our pole isn't moving fast enough. Evidently. Bigger question is, here we go. There was better ways. There was definitely better ways. I did upgrade this to 9.2, so it is pumping out as fast as it can. See, it's not even, so it's not even, it's still full. It must be out that's a whole different problem. But I can go ahead and grab, I know I have a surplus of coal up here, and actually I'll save it for oh, this is a different problem. There's our issue. Where's all of my iron? Just one. Okay, get on this rock. Get on this rock. Get on this platform. There we go. No! We're running into a coal shortage issue. Okay, it's running here. Was it? Oh, it's because of the power outage. That's why it was empty. It's the only line that's not like overfilled. The other two are overfilled, so that's why there's plenty of them. Okay, so we're gonna do then what we did earlier. We'll feed it some coal into each of the plants, restart the generators. Clearly that's our issue. Luckily we have a surplus. No, like that's not gonna really make a huge difference to our overall stuff. Once I have everything unlocked, redoing the whole shebang. We got our first coffee cup, which you can actually drink. There's coffee in it. I did. What you did before. Other one, put it in here. Steel production. Pretty good. That should be it. Going out in threes. Chain great. Send it through the sink. Get some points for that nice pick me up. All right. Fixed out our whole input until we upgrade everything. So we're gonna come in here, pop the tractor, all right, so now we've got to which is nice, but we're going to keep it to the side for the remainder of this because it's not as wide. Magnificent. Okay. And then 2, so we can add our power. By keeping everything aside, now I can drive kind of along this path. Let's go about here. Counting with Awkward Hero. Brought to you by... Dang it, it's too long. I don't have enough pipe. Alright. Don't have enough pipe now, so we're going to... get the places in a better spot first. Didn't look like it was too long. Might be worthwhile trying to connect to the other pipes. Just I think it's time to go fix that. I mean, like, not just. Power running. So the first thing we're gonna do. Put these to the liquid widgets. The first thing we're gonna do is we're going to pick up. We're gonna make some steel. So this will look. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 open. Already got 2. So we need 2 iron. 3 and 5. Okay. 7 extra. Got that. I'll go over here. Do the same old fun game show. Create a bunch of stuff very slowly. You can make 399. Welcome on in if you're new here. My name is Awkward Hero. I'm a variety streamer who likes to torture his audience. But I do enjoy playing a variety of games, simulators, survival craft, all sorts of fun stuff. Hi, Nerdy! How you doing? Hope your stream went well. Oh my gosh, why is that so loud? I don't know. I haven't changed any volumes. My game's loud or the... Oh, I'm worried. Is my game loud? Is that what I'm doing? It's really low. I just can't hear you over. Oh. That's so weird. Coming in super soft. But that's okay. Go ahead and go. We're just sitting here making stew. Good time, great idea. Stream up. Well, now I have to go face the heat and get ready for date night. Yay, date night! I'm not going to tell you the temperature it is here. It's a nice 63 degrees. We actually have, during the day, we do not run the AC at all. It's beautiful. Wonderful. Now if my check would actually show up, that'd be great. Because I'd like to be able to pay the first month, or the second month's rent. It'll be fine. I'm glad your stream went well. Yeah, I don't know what the humidity level is, but it's so, like, we had a heat wave, which I kind of laughed at. We were in a heat advisory at 85 degrees, and I was kind of laughing at that. I'm like, since when is 85 degrees like heat advisory? I would love an 85 degree heat advisory in Phoenix or in Tokyo. But even that, it was, I mean, you could feel it. It was uncomfortable. But it was not, it was still, we turned the AC on at 8 p.m. instead of when we have been, which is right before bed about 11. So, we've opened all the windows. It's really nice. There are some bugs that get in. But overall, it's been quite enjoyable. So, I advocate for everyone. Move to San Diego. It's great. Pay for it, but wages aren't that bad. I'm not struggling here any more than I was struggling anywhere else. Wait, now I need to make skills. I can only make 100. So all that time, all this time we've been doing into making steel, only making 100. That's great. It's gonna be almost 100 in the next 3 days. So, oh my gosh. Yeah, no, that's miserable. That's absolute misery. Been there. Lived my whole life in the desert. So, I understand. And I feel for you. Hope you and Mr. Nurse stay cool. Don't stay calm. Stay cool. I'm gonna take out dogs and pick up my Amazon package. Yay, packages! Also, Nerdy, I will tell you, there is someone returning to stream. Granted. Tonight. I say tonight. She's excited. She's finally had the opportunity to get everything set up. Yay, we can finish that one. One of the 3 done. Yay us. We still have yet to make anything with rubber. So, like, we're nowhere near close to finishing this, but who knows? That's okay. One thing at a time. We finished the frame. And so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go in and look at some of our surpluses here. We can go turn those into those. In fact, let's see if there's any research we can get that too. Where did I put the man? Man. Okay. Can't do that. Ooh, a hand slot would be nice, but that's a lot of steel. As you saw, it takes me a while. Let's see. Do we have more coal? Let's actually free up our inventory slots a little bit here. Okay, so put that away. Oh, we can make those, craft those. What is that? Change those into alien DNA capsules because we can get a buck of them, so I'm not really worried about it. Go make some more. I could just make these roll and get a bunch of chickens. That'd be kind of fun. Each one of these capsules is 1,000 DNA. And so I'm doing like 4,000 for a ticket. Right now, 5,000 for a ticket. I usually get quite a few tickets in those. Okay, not that. That's to revive me when I'm dead. Okay. See, I'm clearing up so we have room for steel. Screws. Don't have any. Coal. Take all that. And let's put in. Where is hot for cement? Iron ingots. But I did have a spot for cement. Bars. Oh, let's see what else we got here. Let's take in like multiple slots. Pattern ingots are sort. Yeah, we're good there, but now we have a lot more slots to work with. We have a huge surplus of it. Still not backing up, so I think we're still not moving efficiently. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 9, 8. Thank you for letting me know I've been playing. The reason why I went and put that stuff there is like one space for the Alright, so that should make us 870. Perfect. That's what we need box. But we're gonna sit here a while now and wait. But awkward. Why don't you? Yeah, I know. I should be more efficient with this. I should be. So we're not called the normal hero. Just a reminder, folks, that we are raising money for the Trevor Project. For every $20 that we raise, I will read you a story. Little 5-minute stories that we have. So this would be a good opportunity if you wanted to have time go by a little bit faster. You'll have to figure out how to mouse click while reading a book. Yeah, teacher somewhere, I'm sure. Maybe. So for every $20 raised, I will read a book. These in the past, when we did the Trevor Project, we did trans authors and trans positive books. This time we're just going more of an openness, with the exception of if we can raise $100, if we can meet our goal. I will read you a book called Cast On. This talks about being different and how it's a good thing. And so that is what we are raising funds for. You will also see on chat, there's been a link. There's lots of them. There's a link for a petition to help Congress reinstate the funds for the Trevor Project, specifically the Suicide Prevention and Awareness Hotline, which is a valuable resource to students and young adults, children and young adults who are most vulnerable, which is our LGBTQIA+ community. So they're set to be defunded in July, but the Suicide Prevention Hotline is really for all young adults. As an educator, I had a student in my first year of teaching take his life. I don't know if that resource would have been helpful in this particular case, but I like to believe that it would have made a difference. I know for many students that I've had who suffer from mental illnesses, have more poor mental health, it was a great resource, but also for their friends. And I think a lot of people don't understand that, is that, in your teenage years, the most important people in your life are your friends. They're the ones who help define you as a person. And it is just so imperative that they have resources and adults to talk to, because they may not have those at home. And I know I have been one of those resources for many children and many young adults, but unfortunately, not every person has those resources, and so it's important that we have those resources as a community and as a society. And the 988 Suicide Awareness and Prevention Hotline is a huge, important resource that needs to continue and be valued, and is being targeted because the Trevor Project's main goals is to help the LGBTQIA+ community, and unfortunately so many of our young adults who identify in that community are at the biggest at risk, and that's why the Trevor Project does it. But its resource is not targeted to only LGBTQIA+ members. That is their mission, that is their goal, and to take away these funds, to me, is more of a travesty than the fact that we cannot pass things like comprehensive gun control and other main things. So, because this is a resource that exists and that's young adults use, that we're taking away. It's inexcusable, and we need to make sure our voices are heard. We need to continue to make our voices heard, and this is one thing that I will advocate for full-hearted, is the need for more mental health resources for our young adults who have had probably the roughest growing up childhood, second only to millennials, because dang. But yeah, that is why it's so important. So you can click the link. Let's stop this for a second. You can click the link right here to sign the petition. It's really important that we take the time to do that. And like I said, this helps empower all students who might feel that they have no voice and have no resources to solve the problems in their life. And we need to do better as a society overall in taking care of each other. And even through that whole spiel, I'm still making steel. And then we still have to turn it in. But look at that, we're getting 212 teams. So we can probably upgrade a lot of that line, which is the whole goal, to create more efficient runs for our full factories. Now the good news is, if I do take the coal factories offline, it's not going to do a whole lot because we have those water storage. Let's see that. Forgot we gotta turn it all into steel. So this is fun. Hope you all are doing well. If you're new to the area, if you're new to the stream, my name is advgg. I'm a variety streamer on the internet who believes in providing a sense of community for all those who matter. Today this month we are raising money for the Trevor Project, which provides resources for the LGBTQIA+ community. Some of those resources include the Suicide Awareness and Prevention Hotline. They have resources on their website, education, resources to help family members who maybe aren't sure how to have conversations with their children or want to understand more. So they are very much an advocacy group for the LGBTQIA+ community, in addition to just a resource for those who are within it. As a cisgender white male, I can't tell you about the confusion of it, but as someone who has personally helped people figure out their aspects of their life, I can tell you that it is a great resource to have for the community. I have used it a few times myself as an educator with students who weren't sure on how to come out to family members who may not be tolerant of that particular identification. And so, while I can't say that I firsthand understand struggles, I can tell you that it is an impeccable resource overall for. Alright, we're going to use these. Now that should move faster. Which is good. Now, at minimum, we're getting them faster to the. Still seems like it's moving really slow, though. Maybe that's just graphical representation. Let's see how it's. looks a little bit better. It's not great. You can see that there is a little more frequency. Alright. The output. There we go. Now we're cooking with butter. Now let's see if this one is not, but that's okay because we're backed up on it. Ooh, that was a smooth little glide up. But that's okay. Now look at here. Definitely moving a lot faster. Definitely getting coal distributed better. Part of the reason why we need to do this better is trying to add lines. So that's good. Yay, Nerdy's back from outside. Increase our output for the 2 additional lines we want to add, and we're going to have some power outages. Water-wise, still good. Let's check this tank. This is the one. This one's full now. That's what it does. Okay. So we fixed the output for our coal. Which is good. Those are good and running. I want to upgrade this line. This is also really slow. Okay. It is still running on regular production. It'll just speed up. It'll go slow and then fast. So we'll upgrade that over time. All the lines have to get upgraded eventually. So we probably need to build some steel builds there. We are efficiency hero right now. We are just kind of upgrading. We have unlocked a lot of the production pieces, so we've been just trying to upgrade all of it. We have a water line that we were working on that we need to so we're just running out of material is our problem. So there we go. I have to hand do like 1,000 steel bars, and so one thing we need to do here is we have a bunch of companies that we just need to turn into other stuff. So we're gonna go ahead and build a little. Let's build some sheets. Yeah, it's nice. Now that we have power fixed, that was our big struggle. Power was not doing well. Kept having power outages. So we couldn't really expand anything. Now we can. Let's see. Splitter. Logistics. We got rid of all the stuff. Iron rods. So we can start making copper sheets more common, which will allow us for even more efficiency. Say on the internet. There we go. Okay, so we're gonna go through. What? Go around. This comes down. storage? Oh no, it has. Okay. Back to our normal storage for now. Place. Copper sheets. Potential bunch. Hope that our power. Let's see what happens. Okay, it's okay. As long as we don't go over capacity. Fast, but we'll need to throw a copper pipe through. So we're gonna go do some other stuff while we wait for that. Ads are about to start about 45 seconds. Thank you guys for sticking around for the ads. That will allow me to continue doing awesome things as a streamer. We do only run ads once every hour for 3 minutes to ensure that new friends who come in do not have to endure ads for viewing. Thank you guys. I appreciate it. I appreciate you. I hope you stick around. If not, we are on other platforms as well. Live and Thrive. Damn YouTube. Upgrade those 2 storage capacities so that we can split them off. Second. So now we'll have materials coming in. It actually stores twice as much material, so I can also make it go in a second way. Go in a second direction. For the iron is going to be problematic, but for the coal is actually going to work. We have such a surplus. Also think I need to upgrade the mining ship machine. So that's there we go. Should have enough to get up there. storing all of that. It's got to be finish by putting what was in our inventory that we don't need. Takes 3, but yields 3. Welcome back from the ads, everyone. If you want to share what kind of ads you experience, I'm open. To also remind everyone that we have the Team Stars Pride Rate Trainer on it now, supporting the Trevor Project, as well as some streamers are also, some of the other team members are doing other charities related to the LGBTQ IA+ community, and raising funds for them as well. I am raising money for the Trevor Project. We will be back tonight at midnight Pacific Standard Time. So if you're in our Discord, I do post the times in the local time. It's one of the fun little things that I try to do for you guys. So there we go. After this stream, after the wife will be making her return to the stream on Virtual Studio. Virtual Studio is...
Daddy said don't, but I said I'm gonna misbehaving. I'm on a windowsill swimming in the creek, catching crawdads and playing with a stick. I wore lipstick and I got cone shaving.
Just two little kids, guess I'm misbehaving. Awkward Wife and I started a business together where we sell not easy. You only have an online store. So it has not been an easy process. Despite the fact that we want again, selling Pokemon cards, accessories. We have pins that I made. I haven't started to make more, but I made a whole bunch before we moved. I just went past 60. So we'll go to 80. We'll go to 80. It was intentional. I wanted more. Sure. Um, but yeah, so she'll be like getting some Pokemon Legendary fine. That's okay too. She likes to have fun hanging out. And yeah, she hasn't streamed since we moved, so she has all her stories. So we're going to go up. Hi, dude. Ladder line anyway. Alright. That I can just outputs go up. Flippy flop thing. Beautiful. Good thing we still have extra resources. Go. Now that should be climbing all those long ways. Climb all the way to the top here, just to make sure we're getting out, but we're not, so I messed something up. I messed something up. That's what that says. Ooh, that's a there. Nice. Okay. It is storing it here, so we're at least what went wrong? So going input to output, going should be going all the way to the top. Oh, wait. Maybe that one. Or if it's... Output there. Oh wait. Oh, that's right. There we go. Let's move it on. Let's move it now. Stay in here. Going up here. So we've gotten to the 3rd level. Oh, because I didn't reinstate it. That's on me. Trusting I call it find the ladder. Here we go. There we go. So we got it up to the 3rd one. Okay. Top here, we should see steel. Now I hide from the key. Glad daytime it will be inside. Don't ask. Listen to Ackward's weather. Oh yeah. Also Ackward, you're super quiet, my dude. Oh, that's so weird. That must be the issue. It wasn't the game was loud. It was I'm too soft. Okay. Let's see. Oh yeah, it is low. This mic is inconsistent. Hello? There we go. Truthfully, didn't even know you were talking. Okay, it wasn't that quiet. The game's barely on. It must be my... Work with my mic a little bit later. Oh, it's all better now. Okay. So I just need to literally have it in my mouth. Ugh. That was a little harsh. Alright. So we've got the... We've got the iron going. Or, no, steel. And we're gonna now add a second steel. Bad. I thought it was gonna be that bad. I thought it was gonna be game over bad. Okay, so let's go into here. We gotta make 20 more of each. Super exciting, you know. I wouldn't say anything else, but I won't be. Alright. I mean, I know it's not Feral Friday anymore, but we accept people for who they are in this community. Alright, so now we're going to take this sucker down. Let that back up a little bit. We're gonna upgrade our storage to have multiple outputs. Like so. You got storage. Like so. Beautiful. Logistics, Mark 3. That were there. Evidently not. Oh no, I don't know what happened. They put it. It got put away somewhere else. Is that, you know, happens. There we go. And then upgrade that down at least. Ooh, and now we're ready to input and output. Alright, so we need to build another production foundry. Make our steel. Where I don't have rotors or modular things. One moment. This is like Minecraft on rack. Everything's so far away. Or maybe I'm just really bad at this. Maybe I just make everything more complicated. Just kidding. We're still unlocking stuff. That's why it is. That's why we have to keep changing things up. Alright, there's the rotors. And then the frames are stored over here. So that's good. Now we can upgrade it. Alright. Moving on down. Now we really not just say we're gonna upgrade it. Double steel. Inputs go there. And so now we have to upgrade that mine because we're not going to have enough iron. So for that, we need more steel and more steel and keep getting more steel. And it's just all the steel. And now my dogs are going for it. So we need to be able to make 10 encased industrial beams. Great. Done. Probably should just upgrade both. So we'll go ahead and do that. What else do we need? 20 steel pipe. More steel. Yikes. I gotta be careful. One time I did mute my mic. So, 9 more. So we've got 40 there. Great. 10 more in case steel. We're running out of steel. Good thing we have a factory that we just doubled up on steel. Alright. It's already all on. Oh. Didn't actually double up on it because I haven't powered it up. You know things need power to run. I have to explain this game without power. Everything from the line or steal it. It's catching us up. We're still not outputting enough. Oh. Alright, there we go. Now, is that enough? Yeah, it should be it. That should be enough to get us to 10. There we go. So now we can go, and then I need to build the 2 portable miners at the equipment lab. Perfect. Which is somewhere. There it is. 2 portable miners, please. That's a big 4. I'm doing 2 of them. Boom. Alright. Let's go upgrade our mining equipment to help improve our iron output, which only one of them needs, but I'm not going to get the right one if I do only one. So I need to do both. I need to do both. And that will ensure that I get both. Yay. Where'd you go? Where? Did you tell me this? No, I understand that you're going now. You're just telling me like I should have already known. Okay, so have fun! Oh, that's nice. Okay, have fun. Okay, well, don't spend all our money. Okay, bye. Upgrade that. Boom. Okay, now those are double output. Double check our power output, because that's the next thing to go. Okay, so we are pushing the line for production. So I'm going to go and I'm going to go increase those, I'm going to overclock those. You can see her later today, Nerdy. I know you're excited about that. What's funny about this is that for Awkward Eevee, they act like they would have seen their friends all summer, but literally every summer we haven't seen. We don't see the people that they call friends. Not because we never like went to church. Created all the lines on this. clearly doing okay. We'll check on it a little bit later. Sure. Yeah, increasing that now, even if we hit our max production, it's right around what we're producing anyway. So that's okay. We're gonna be good. We're gonna be great. We're gonna be fantastic. Okay. So now that that's all done, let's go get our copper sheets that we started making a while ago. That we automated in, so that way we had more. We got 600, 700 copper sheets. That might finish this project. Actually, we'll grab some more cement. I have too many other things. That should be okay. Really, the only other big. Oh, I need the quick wire. Which I put the ingots for that. All way over here. But the problem is, I have this organization, and because I'm playing it right now, I'll remember it all. But eventually I'll stop playing, and then I'll forget where everything is. And it won't be any rhyme or reason. So I'm hoping to get signed soon. Alright, let's go ahead and make the quick wire. And I could automate with the tractor something, but I'm not there yet. I'm getting there. I'm getting there. I'm not there yet. Okay. And the reason why we're adding the quick wire is used for our electrical poles. And so by upgrading that, then we have the ability to build our electrical right next to it, which, because we're upgrading the electrical with the water pipes, it's going to make a huge difference. It's also going to power those pumps all the way out. So this is just kind of to streamline and make us not have to go back and forth a whole bunch. Fill it up to 500. Go ahead and grab some copper cable as well. Put a few of these other things away. I don't need to have all the rebar with me. And fortunately, because we have the tractor with us, we can craft more if we need to. So I'm going to keep the quick, what's it called, cadmium ingots with me, just because that'll make a difference. We'll go ahead and we'll just take out the 23 rebar along the grass, because that can be fuel for our machine. The motors can probably stay back. Most everything else we kind of need for something or other. We don't really need this right now. We can't build anything with it. Most everything. Oh, I don't need. That's what I don't. I don't need the portable right now. Okay. So we're good. Let's go get our tractor and get building some piping. Let's start piping. Okay, wait. Oh, there it is. It's like, where's the tractor? And away we go. Yeehaw! a reminder or information. My name is Actor here. I'm a variety streamer, and we are raising money for the Trevor Project today. Trevor Project, if you don't know, is an advocate for the LGBTQIA+ community, providing awareness, resources, and much more. They are also the people who manage the 988 Suicide Awareness and Prevention Hotline, which is set to lose funding in July. There's a petition that is going through my chat that you're welcome to sign, stating that we should be continuing to fund such things. As a third world nation, we should be caring about mental health and getting mental health resources to people. That's my personal thought. Whether you agree with it or not, says a lot about whether you should be in this community or not. But overall, it's a huge component to ensuring that we protect the most vulnerable members of our community. So it is available for whoever would like to sign that petition. I can speak at least on my own regard, is that as someone who taught before the suicide prevention and awareness hotline was established and after, is a huge difference for the students I have taught and the young adults that I have worked with. As someone who's had to be that resource for students, I'm not a trained professional. Have fun on your date night, nerdy. See you soon. And so, for me personally, it's been a huge wealth of knowledge and ways to help. And I've gone through trainings with because of the Trevor Project that have given me more resources to help students, and I know it's made a difference in a lot of student lives. During my first year of teaching, I had a student who was online, and it was a real hard thing for many of my students to process and understand. There is so many things that happen around suicide, and because of that, that's why I advocated for the Trevor Project. This is actually my second fundraiser with the Trevor Project this year. I plan to do another one later in the year. So I'm just putting that out there. It's like, this is a big deal to me. This is an organization that I have used many times to help students and young adults in need, and I would like to see it continue to be there. You don't want anyone to ever feel like suicide is their only answer, and sometimes you can't. Sometimes it's really hard to understand. And while the Trevor Project does focus their efforts on one of the most vulnerable communities to suicide, the LGBTQIA+ community, the resources are for anyone. And so that's been a huge component of it all, is that for my students, they're able to help their friends. As we all know, teenagers sometimes don't want the help of adults. And they may not know how to help their friends. And so that's one of the beauties of it, is that Trevor Project allows for that to be accessible. There's actually a law that has it on the back of advgg for young adults who are school age. It's actually even on the back of my college ID. And so that's just a huge component of it all. And for that resource to disappear, that means that people are going to be left vulnerable. and without help when they need it. And as a first world country, that's kind of really unacceptable. You may not remember this, but in 2016, 2018, we actually had a huge epidemic of teenage suicides. In one particular neighborhood, there was 7 instances where I was working at the time. It wasn't in my district, but it was in the neighboring district, and that was in the course of one school year. So it's important to just remember that these resources are there to help protect those who need them, and just because they're working doesn't mean we don't need them. So I would highly encourage you not only to find information, but also reach out to your friends and let them know that this is an important resource that you wish to continue having in your community. Okay, so we don't have enough to build the 6th one. So we'll go ahead and connect that. Plenty of iron sheets, so we just need to go back. But we have to go get our tractor. It's all the way over here. We still have a long way to go. For those who are joining that weren't here earlier, the reason why we're doing the top rows is because we're going to add 2 more power pumps later. And then we're also making sure that we raise it high enough that we can drive vehicles in between as we expand in different directions. So the particular water source I found is actually a really big one. You can fit quite a few water guns there, which is nice. But at the same time, it's also we're going to start automating trains as soon as we unlock it, and the tractor is going to actually automate it as well. So I want the pipes high enough that the tractors and trains can run under it. I don't know if the train will, because I don't know how tall it is, but I imagine it's going to be similar in height to this. And we ran into an issue where I couldn't drive the tractor. We're actually going to be doing this with all of the lines and stuff too are all going to get lifted up. Right now we're just focusing on. I should check cargo and see if I have any. No, I didn't have any. So that's what we're working on right now. I luckily have a huge surplus of these iron sheets that we need. So I'll probably pick up some more cement on here, because that's a nice resource that's needed for this particular venture. Speaking of resources. Oh, that'd be fun. Like that. See, I wish I could just click organize and like push everything out. I guess I could just I could put the screen. Screws away first, and then we almost used the whole set that we had ever done. tractor. But yeah, we're gonna raise up everything eventually. Just because that's been like just being able to move around has been a big issue. To hop over everything like you can see in the video. We need to figure out how to get rid of that. It's really annoying. Plenty of space for us to drive when we want to expand. I should now stop saying if. That was my mistake the first 800 times. When we're gonna expand. So that's good. We still have to run the power line. I didn't end up continuing that. Thinking about rerouting all of those water lines to here too. It would take some pumps, but it would also then consolidate all the water lines going to one location instead of different ways. The problem with that is once I kind of the problem is that you build out of necessity and then you need to build for efficiency. And so like it's like part of me is like, okay. But if these water lines, so right now I've been able to do 2 coal power plants for every water line. And every water line then fills up. Which is awesome. So then, theoretically, now granted, I would need to mine more coal. That's actually the deficit, is the coal. But we did double our coal production. So that's been kind of resolved. But if 4 was too, the coal wasn't coming efficiently enough from 4, then we would need to, the most we could do is 8 before we'd start running the same problems that we were having before. And because of that, that's kind of the new, if you will, the new problem is that it's still, we're gonna have more water than we will capability. We don't really have efficiency in coal. However, I did find coal mines further out. I just don't know where they were. See, that dismantle crate I set up so that I marked the spot, because there's really not a way to mark as you go. At least not yet, that I know of. Oh, wait. Maybe I can mark it that way. But I've now... So... I just realized, I hit M because I'm like, oh, I'll hit M and, yep, I can add map markers. Well, there's that. So I could have been marking this whole time. I forgot about the map. 3. So forget what I was saying. I could have been marking things as I went and found things. Oh well. That's fun. Pretty far away from it. About where the next pipeline should go. Go. Boom. We will see what happens. 3, 4, 5. Let's see if it gets us all the way. No, it's too long. Oh, it's just too long. What's this crap? It can get all. Oh no, it can't. It can only get. Yeah, that's all I was afraid of. But we need it for that edge anyway, otherwise it starts to go to the platform. So we'll do it right here. 4. Really excited. My parents just told me that they're going to try and visit. Because now we're like significantly to them. It was a. My dad doesn't really. Oops. That's not right. That's the wrong too. My dad can't really fly. He gets really sick when he flies. So that's why they never really visited us in Waco. But now, not to mention, here's only the devil. So between the high heat and my mom's just desire to visit, they're gonna come and visit us. Hopefully in mid-July, which would be nice. We're not sure if we can swing land on it, we've had quite a few unexpected purchases come up as of late, and so between that and then I had a gig that I do every summer fall through because they cheaped out. They wanted to pay me half of what I normally got paid to do the gig. Plus, they were telling me I should not charge them a lower rate. I would charge the districts $25 instead of $40 for the book, and then that would be like the conference price, and then that would be on top of the registration fee, which I would get paid for teaching the class. And the reason I did that was paid for the book, because when you're listening to those classes and you're like, oh, this is such a great resource, and then you see how much it is, well, that adds up over time. So my methodology is the district pays for your training, they pay for your materials. It's how things should be, honestly. And that was kind of the deal. I've done that for 5 years now. So I wrote the book. And this year, no, you can't charge me $25 per book per attendee. And when we have. So when I did the cost analysis after they gave me the contract to start signing, it was going to cost me to go to the conference. Sorry, and so, but that's normally $4,000. I usually make that one weekend, $4,000 between book sales, and they wouldn't pay me for a while. Because it takes about a month to process for the processor to process, but I would get some of it. I would get some of it right away, and then I get some of it like end of August. And it was just kind of a nice. That was the plan, switched on and all that with that, and that kind of now has fallen all out the window, which is unfortunate. But at the same time, I'm not gonna pay to go work. Sorry, I'm done with that era of my life. That was teaching for me. Was I paid a lot of money out of pocket. And that was my choice, and that's fine. But I'm just kind of over that now. I'm buying equipment at this point. Production wants equipment, they can pay for it out of the budget. And they can keep it. But I'm not in the mood for spending money. If there is a worthy cause or something, maybe. Just like anything. If I find it, I'm gonna go ahead and deconstruct this and move the shop. The shop. Obviously, if there's a worthy cause, if there's something that I am very passionate about, that's different. But I'm no longer passionate about giving organizations my time and effort. We literally can't see me. Those were some of the original power poles that we installed. I can check that way. That. Everything's a little bit better. Power cabling will have to efficient some other day. Right now we're focused on getting these water tubes to the right place. And then powering them up. Which we have... Hey! Time is fast. 15 minutes to do it. We will be back tonight at midnight for the Team Star. Oh, I'm out of sheets. Good thing I automated that. We will be back for the Team Stars Prime Rate Training. If you'd like to join us, I'm starting at midnight Pacific, going until 2 a.m. Pacific. I always sign up for board nights. Granted, I don't know if I'll be able to do that very much longer because Awkward Wife does sleep in the same room. She's not a night owl. She can be when she needs to be. But she's better off alone. So, because of that, I don't know how many more of these late night ones I'll do, but we'll see. There is no gridding here. Oh no. Oh, it goes right under it. How nice. Go us. We got that bar. About right here. So we'll go 7, rotate. 5, 6. Boom. Alright, now we need to build the water collection. So this is what the fluid buffer is what it's called. This is what ensured that have enough room to where it's gonna even the toilet. So 7. Bring it up. As possible. Space. Look at that. Look at that. Gorgeous. Same thing with pipe number 2. I don't know what we'll be able to do pipe number 3 right now. Just want to go a little wider out. Ugly, but whatever. Right. So those 2 are loaded. I'm gonna get the power room. Don't need to run new power this way. And I still need to do it. into it. Remember that I will be here again this evening, tomorrow morning, depending on how you look at it. Going about and doing my portion of the raid train. But I thank you guys all for joining me this afternoon for our regularly scheduled program. We will be raiding into Maddie Moo, who actually might. Let's see if they're live now, because we can raid in. I just don't want to throw off the. They are not live. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead. We'll raid into Strick's line, and go from there. And thank you guys all for joining another Awkward Family Gathering. We'll be back tonight at midnight, Pacific Standard Time. If you would like to know when that is for you, you can visit the link right there. Find Awkward Hero. We'll go ahead and copy the raid messages. First one's for followers. Second one is for subscribers. And I will be back again tonight. You can also check out Brick and Board Studio, which will be streaming. Hello? Apparently that didn't work. And maybe it's because I said it so aggressively. Nope, it's just not working. Okay. Okay, mix it up. I get it. You're giving up on me. Joke's on. Oh, it's just BB. There we go.
Daddy said don't, but I said I'm gonna misbehaving. I'm on a windowsill swimming in the creek, catching crawdads and playing with a stick. I wore lipstick and I got caught shaving.
Just two little country girls just by misbehaving. So you can catch Awkward Wife. They'll be streaming on TikTok, maybe Twitch. I don't know. I don't know what she has planned, but she's doing that. She'll start in about an hour, so feel free to join in on that. But otherwise, I will see you guys all again real soon. Bye.